Back here in Cary, North Carolina, Group B action, round 2. Pat McAfee and Concafa SC ready to take on Nati FC, fronted by Chad Ocho Cinco, two American football legends, our soccer.com stars to watch, trying to get a piece of the action with the game they love as well.
It's incredible to see two ambassadors of two of the biggest sports in all of the world. Well, they're going to be duking it out today. Can't wait to watch.
See both of these guys ready to get involved. They'll start on the bench. Again, if you're new to this format here at TST, again, second year of the event. Last year it was a co-ed event. Now women's tournament separate starts Friday. Men's field, 48 teams, 7v7, 20-minute halves. It moves. No offsides, kick-ins instead of throw-ins, subs on the fly. Every match ends with a goal in target score time. We'll explain it as we roll on. The end of regulation, leading team score, you add 1 to it. That's the goal for each team to get to. First team to get there wins the game. If you don't get there...
Well, I got to really get that feel my own self moving to Cincinnati in 2018, and we won the USO regular season championship. And it taught me this, that Cincinnati is truly a soccer city and a sports town.
So you've got one group with a lot of guys that have played together, and some other guys that know each other, maybe not as well, but you got pieces like Jeff Cameron, Breck Shea, Mike Grella, and then they've also been matched up with some guys that specialize in the indoor game like Zach Reggett and Stefan Mijatovic, and two scorers and strong performers in the MASL, the Major Arena Soccer League, the predominant top indoor league here in the U.S.
And they also have a wealth of English Premier League experience in Zat Knight. Know a lot of mutual friends with him, and he brings the lumber. Any 50-50s, watch out, he's going to come tackling.
So Nati SC rolled in its opening game of group play against Burnley, led by one of their minority owners, J.J. Watt, also on the field in what you could call the NFL group here at TST. And meantime, Concafa fell behind 3-0 to Reggae Rovers. Striker, as he said on his show, which is also being broadcast live at its normal noon time spot, or noon time slot, he said he didn't touch the ball, but he ran a little bit.
Hey, it's building blocks already. You got to touch the ball a bit. Speaking of touching the ball, just Concafa getting it. Mike Grella played against him, played with him. Just an absolute peach of a player, especially in tight spaces. He'll dictate in that number 10 position.
Shot from distance, off a body in front, rebound, buried. Big finish in front. Thomas Zanner, 30-year-old, first-team All-Ivy League performer at Princeton, makes it a 1-0 game. And the first lead of the event for Concafa.
And keep an eye on Zanner. As soon as he plays this, he frames the goal. You got to take advantage of this tight field and close quarters. A little bit fortuitous with the bounce, but the former Vancouver Whitecaps player lasses that in with a plum.
You saw two of the indoor guys we talked about, Mijatovic, who has a cannon from distance, lighting that up. Reggett doing a little screening in front, deflects off him, and then the second chance buried, and it's 1-0.
It's almost like you're describing hockey in that, and that's one of the beauties of this tournament. It keeps you honest, it keeps you guessing, and it keeps you humble.
And that indoor game played with boards. You'll see specialists from futsal, five-a-side version of the sport on hardwood also excel here. And again, a lot of these veterans, like you talked about, 43-year-old Brent Zat Knight getting involved. Can't miss that imposing presence on the pitch.
And he's got such an eye for tackles. He's got such an eye for where danger is.
And the subs on the fly, so different from what you see 11 on 11 when you've only got a handful of subs here. You can do it unlimited. You just have to be through the sub box. You see him right near the midfield line, other end of the pitch. Table official overseeing it. Chance there to the far post. And Breck Shea tracking back. Ochocinco thinking it could have been one.
Breck Shea, no stranger to playing the wing-back role. Uh-oh.
Chance there on the near side. Pulled wide by Eric Stevenson.
Good play from Stevenson, using his low center of gravity. The entry pass comes, but then having the smarts to peel off, use that body. I think he should have done a bit better, though, with the shot. Tries to go near side, but that far post was gaping.
See Chad Ochocinco. Again, got the soccer Jones. Remember during the NFL lockout in 2011, he actually tried out with Sporting KC. Again, worked as a TV analyst at the last World Cup. Low ball deflected in. Nati FC trying to save it, can't. Corner coming up.
Characteristic from Nati SC, just the slow movement so far.
And another goal. In front, Eddie Speed picking up the loose change and clanging it home. 2-0 Concafa.
Right on cue, as I was saying, the slow movement, the slow body language, the poor body language. You can't get beat on set pieces like that. And credit to Concafa, they really came to play. Check out Eddie Speed, changing speed, reacting quickest on that. We've seen toe pokes in 2 straight games that we've called, and he puts that to a plumb. You got to take luck when luck gives its presence to you. And then this right there, just love that. Hunger, bite, everything in that play.
2 more indoor fixtures here in the United States. Critical on that goal. The low driving ball up the corner from Gordy Gerson. Derek Huffman with traffic on the inside. And suddenly Speed able to slot it home, and it's 2-0.
Just in the match that I was on the field playing against Bayern, for Dortmund, that was something that we had to correct, is you can't take any plays off, especially on dead ball situations. If you're tired, ask for a sub, but that's just a criminal offense in this tournament to switch off on a set-piece opportunity like that.
So again, you're doing double duty here, commentating and also playing. So give us that first-hand experience. You're used to playing 11-on-side soccer. Again, tighter field, less players, more compact. As you see the deflection handled in the back, Michael Stone played the first half of the first game and doing that again here. What stood out to you trying to get used to this format?
I think the defensive shape, and I was talking with Jimmy Conrad, asking him for tips and any advice that he could give, because his team made a deeper run last year, and they look to be off and running this year. Sebastian Giovinco, thank you very much for 3 goals to answer that. But he said that you have to be good and solid in organization defensively, and I think that's something we figured out with our side.
Header in front, Breck-Shea trying to link, and it's another goal. Sander gets his 2nd of the game, and Concafa SC suddenly looks like a juggernaut.
Well, whatever speech that Pat McAfee gave to this team ahead of this match, it's really working. Diagonals is another way, but unselfish play from Breck-Shea. That ball's hanging up there. You read that the goalkeeper's coming to the near post, so he does what? He redirects it, and then the changing of the run from his strike partner is everything on that goal. Hitting it into the ground. Look at this. The ball's there, and then the strike run. Bang, right there on the money, gets a bit of luck again. All 3 goals, a little bit lucky, but the movement off the ball is what makes the difference.
We're giving themselves opportunity, and 2 guys that were teammates on a squad last year that made a deep run. Late in grass, Jeff Cameron had the floating ball to the far post. Breck-Shea knocking it across and slotted home by Sander. So Knight, Shea, and Cameron played on that squad last year that made it into the knockout rounds and made some noise. Here with Concafa SC.
And already you spot the biggest difference for Concafa is they're compact defensively, and they're forcing everything to wide spaces, because they know physically in the middle they have the mismatch. Jeff Cameron, loads of experience in the Premier League and the U.S. men's national team, and just the physical prowess of Zat Knight. Anything in the air, they're going to gobble up. Anything on the ground, they're going to come in hot.
Pat McAfee has entered the game, working up top in a striker role. See if he gets a touch here. That one over the end line. Goal kick coming up. Again, he talked about getting ready for this, doing some training. He showed videos of him powering it through. He said he ripped a net one time with a shot. We know he has a strong leg. He's talked about throughout the process. Cardio's not his strength right now at this juncture.
We already saw J.J. Watt had a golden opportunity. He talked about the chance that he missed, and hopefully Pat doesn't black out, like J.J. said, right in front of goal. But I think this is a game that's made for him. You have a 3-0 lead. Great ball.
How about it? McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist, and the scissor put away. Holy smokes! One of the goals of the tournament to this point.
this is a moment that this tournament will remember. The kick is up, and it's good right here with the connection. And that Brett Shade that says, "Hiya" with the kung fu kick. That is the connection that I want to see. I think all TST fans want to see. The measured ball over there. Brett Shade's strike was incredible. That measured pass out of this world.
Let's give credit where credit is due. In the sun at our view, difficult to see. That was Greller on this field, especially in the attacking end.
And every time Concafa gets the ball on the attacking end.
What a rip from distance. That'll get Nati FC jump-started.
I told you when the match started, watch out for Emmanuel Ledesma. And it's because of moments like this. Look at the technique. Just that quick release, and he snaps his foot, locks his ankle. I watched this in training with FC Cincinnati. I saw it in the USL, saw it in Major League Soccer, saw it all around the world. That is textbook Ledesma, and what a golazo. He's up there with Grella for golazo of the day.
How about it? 22 goals for him in 57 appearances in his 2-year run with FC Cincinnati. And the home fans there got to be loving seeing that with this group reunited, and they love seeing that live and in person, and now checking it out here in North Carolina. It's the gang from Cincinnati on the board. And can this spark a little run for them?
There's one thing I know well about Manu. He always wants the ball, and there's a sense of responsibility when you're down goals, if you're in a tight match, that he has that self-belief that he can go on to be that match winner. And get the ball to him now if you're Nati FC, because he's really having that swagger and can really be that spark plug for the team.
Nice takeaway by Walker. Kadeem Dakers, another alum of FC Cincinnati in the mix. There's McLaughlin playing it with his feet. And that's spanked out by Concafa. Caught up with McLaughlin the other day. Talked about him now working for a private equity firm in Philadelphia, but still getting together to play with the guys. A little bit different when you're punching in data sometimes as opposed to punching your feet on the pitch. I love reuniting with this group. At McAfee, it's Jason and Michael in the booth. Hey, what did you tell your team after dropping the opener? Because this has been fun to watch.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I appreciate you guys for having me and us out here in beautiful Cary, North Carolina at the soccer tournament. It has been, you know, a nostalgia trip that I couldn't even describe if I had to. It feels like a 13, 14-year-old again. And I knew that the first game of the tournament might be a little problematic for us, especially against a good team like the Reggae Rovers. But, ooh, that would have been filthy right there. That would have been a filthy goal right there after.
You were part of a filthy goal, Pat.
Yeah.
You could walk off after that. That was a superb chip and the great put away from Mike Grella.
Yeah, so, like, Tony Miola, Grella, and, you know, Mike Foss. I had my show in the middle of the afternoon, so I wasn't able to be at the whole, like, yell session, but we had a full strategy session this afternoon, got some good rehab in, and the boys just had to find their feet, find their strategy, and I'm lucky to be here. But, yeah, me and Grella haven't done that for 20 years. I mean, we used to do ODP together, obviously. He was one of the chosen ones as a kid. I knew how great he was, and it was my job just to set him up, and I had a blast doing it. So it felt like I was a kid again, and that's basically this whole tournament. It's fantastic, and the boys are buzzing right now, 4-1, obviously.
Pat, watching you out there, watching you just really put your laces through that, use the right club, really brought back good memories of what you did on the football field. So answer me this, what went into building this team? Because it's a unique blend of different players from different platforms.
I didn't hear exactly what you said there because Sonner's going for a Hattie right now.
I was just asking you what went into building this team, because it's a really nice blend of players that play in different ecosystems across the soccer landscape.
Okay, so that the Grella relationship is obviously a real one. He and I chatted immediately after last TST because I didn't even know this tournament was existing, and then I watched it on Peacock, I believe, from my home. And I tweeted about it, and then I got a bunch of dudes that I grew up playing soccer with that were hitting me up. They're like, yo, you got to get to the next one. You got to get to the next one. And Grella was one of them. So I hit up Grella, and then Mike Foss, who I work with at ESPN, senior vice president at ESPN. He played at George Mason, and then he had a cup of coffee in the MLS. He will never give himself credit. He's a great player. And then We got Jeff Cameron, obviously, and Breck Shea's a dog, dude. Breck Shea's a dog too. So I feel like we got a really good mix of guys, and I like that we're hard-nosed too, which Breck Shea, obviously Texas boy who lives in Florida, ain't gonna take any shit here from this Cincinnati team. Yeah, baby Breck. Got it, baby Breck. Let him know, Breck. Yeah, let him know. Hey, Breck. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta do that.
Hey, Pat, one more before you go. Does this feel and still stir the passions like it did when you had a face mask on?
So face mask is an interesting thing because it's a position I played at punter. It's like, it's me versus the ball, literally every single snap, every single play. So if you're having a bad day, you're not hitting the ball well, you can't really like out-effort it, you know? But out here, if you saw like my first touch, I drove it right in the ground, looked like an embarrassment and embarrassed my family, and then, you know, give a little bit more effort, you can make up for it. So soccer's my first love. Soccer's a sport I grew up playing, and I don't know if it'll ever compare to what football is as punter, but it has been amazing to get back out here and just kind of relive the glory days, if you will, back when I was athletic.
Hey, man, thanks for the time. At the very least, you're going to have a nice meme out of this to play over and over and over from that beautiful chip, man. Enjoy it.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm looking to put one in the back of the net, too. I mean, I had one free kick there. I was going near post. We're going to try to score, but to be honest, I'm flying real high right now with these Concafa SC boys figuring it out up 4-1. We needed a win tonight bad tonight, and hopefully we're able to finish this one. I appreciate you boys for having us.
Pat, thanks.
Cheers, boys.
League. But Mo picks out the top corner, and then it was suffering together as a team. And there's going to be times in this tournament that you're going to have to suffer without the ball. Concafa's suffering right now without the ball, but knowing that they have that cushion to really get through this second half.
That night with a big foot. Secondary chance there, pinged off of Stone and the pipe. And ricochets back out. There's that night. And his distinguished career in England.
Unfortunate, because Kadeem gets there and he's on his favorite right foot, and that gap, it opens for just a second, but keep an eye on the movement of the goalkeeper. He shifts to the left, and that makes it almost virtually impossible to then regain momentum to make that save. Unfortunately, it went off the wrong side of the post.
So Akers finds the near bar. Stone and Concafa still with this 3-goal advantage as we churn our way towards target score time. Step over, entry to the box. Parried away, and now falling there is Mijatovic. Something else that Concafa SC did in that game where they were chasing it to try to come back. They put a goalie jersey on Mijatovic and had him from the back as a field player, but also with some goalie gloves. He made a couple of key saves and then got the 1 goal for Concafa in target score time. So you're going to see some unique things in this format.
A lot of reason for that is your goalkeeper, if he's got good feet, it's like having a defensive midfielder, that quarterback from the back line. So I love that move. You're chasing the game. You're trying to get something out of it. And Mijatovic, for that first game that he had, he was their best player. And why not put the game in his hand, put the ball in his hand, and see what can come of it.
And this is a big game, too, as far as group play goes. Reggae Rovers dispatching J.J. Watt-led Burnley 7-1. So right now, Reggae Rovers in the driver's seat in the group. If Nati SC wins, they would remain unbeaten with them. But Concafa could pull alongside Nati SC and have the task of playing Burnley, a winless side, in its final game. Well, Nati SC would be taking on the team that's been streaking so far. Reggae Rovers outscoring its foes 11-2 in its first 2 games.
Impressive display from them, and their physical prowess, their athleticism, also that hunger to score goals.
Shot from distance, taken off the line, but slammed home by Gerson. Concafa.
A lot of confusion coming towards Nati FC's way because of just bodies in front of the goal, and that's poor goalkeeping right there. And that's the, fourth goal that we've seen someone get a rebound, react quickest when the ball ricochets and pinballs in. If you're a goalkeeper, you got to commit more to that. If you're going to dive, you got to get something on it. He doesn't, he gets punished.
As they try to make things happen.
I believe that's Kenny Walker coming in, and Kenny Walker, this is where he excels, playing really at that point. And keep an eye on just the movement of Danny Koenig on the baseline. Koenig, that's a big part of his game, moving off the shoulders of defenders.
In front, remember, no offside. Trying to find a cutter on the way through. And again, gobbled up by Mijatovic. That's Stakers had a chance.
Stakers doing the right thing, waiting for that patience. And he hesitates a bit. As we've seen a lot of players, the players that are cashing in on opportunities, they have that conviction about him. He second guesses on his movement, doesn't come off.
And they've had opportunities, but still haven't gotten a goal. Neither team has here in target score time. And again, closing in on going to 3v3. And the advantage of having that, I'm putting in quotes right now, goalie out there as a field player. And you've got essentially an extra attacker here on a power play. Extra pass for Reagan. Mijatovic, patience, shot, score! And Concafa SC with a breakthrough win.
As we talked about the high risk, high reward, well, it pays off. And this is what Pat McAfee had in mind. You take your goalkeeper out, and that's a big gamble because you know you have a player who can get it done defensively in goal, but it's these moments here. And it's Mijatovic that had probably the best chances in target score time. He wasn't going to miss this one. The composure to slot it back, and then the big moment there. Congrats to you guys.
Last year, Pat McAfee was a watcher of this event. This year, he's a group game winner with his team, Concafa SC, and a beautiful finish there from Mijatovic.
When this ball comes, and Lucas Barrios scored a similar goal for BVB today around the field, it's recognizing that the defender is going to assume that you're going to hit it with your stronger right foot. Well, that cut back to his left, it just gives that wide open gap, and then he does the right thing by roofing it.
I believe the Thunderdome, which is the normal home of the Pat McAfee show, it's on the road, it's the Mobile Dome. It'll be rocking tomorrow with this result when they go live here from the field at noon Eastern, celebrating this victory and getting set up for a showdown in their final game of group play against J.J. Watt and Burnley. That's coming up. Pat McAfee and company get on the board, taking down Chad Ochocinco and the gang from Nati SC. Again, the final here, 6-1. McAfee and company on the board, beating Ochocinco. And the guys from Cincinnati, some gorgeous goals. McAfee setting one up to his old buddy from growing up, Mike Grella. And Concafa celebrates victory. Both teams 1-1 in group play. Thanks for watching. For Michael LaHood and our entire crew here at TST, Jason Knapp saying so long for now.